Chapter 1: The Mysterious Bookshop. In the charming town of Greenfield, 12-year-old Clara was known for her insatiable love for books. With her short curly hair and big, curious brown eyes, she spent most of her free time reading and exploring the many bookshops that line the town's cobblestone streets. Her favorite place to visit was an old, dusty bookshop called Whispering Pages. The shop was tucked away in a narrow alley and was owned by a kind, elderly man named Mr. Finch. Mr. Finch was a bibliophile with a knack for finding the most extraordinary books. One rainy afternoon, as Clara browsed through the aisles, she noticed a section she had never seen before. It was a small nook in the back of the shop, hidden behind a heavy velvet curtain. Curiosity piqued, Clara pushed the curtain aside and stepped into the nook. There, she found a single, ancient-looking book resting on a pedestal. The book's cover was made of dark leather, intricately embossed with gold patterns, and the title read, "The Enchanted Library." Clara's heart raced with excitement as she picked up the book. She opened it carefully, and to her amazement, the pages were blank. Confused, she looked up to find Mr. Finch standing in the doorway, a knowing smile on his face. "Ah, you found it," he said, his eyes twinkling. "The Enchanted Library is a very special book. It chooses its reader and reveals its secrets only to those who are truly worthy." Clara was intrigued. "But why are the pages blank?" Mr. Finch leaned closer. "Because, my dear, the book is enchanted. It will take you on an adventure like no other. All you need to do is believe." Chapter 2: The Journey Begins. That night, Clara could hardly contain her excitement. She took the book home and placed it on her bedside table. As she got ready for bed, she couldn't stop thinking about what Mr. Finch had said. She climbed into bed, opened the book to the first blank page, and whispered, "I believe." To her astonishment, the pages began to glow with a soft, golden light. Words started to appear on the page, forming a story right before her eyes. Clara read aloud, "In the heart of Greenfield lies a hidden portal to the Enchanted Library, a place where stories come to life and adventures await." Suddenly, a beam of light shot out from the book, enveloping Clara in its warm glow. She felt herself being lifted from her bed and transported through a whirlwind of colors and light. When the light faded, she found herself standing in the middle of a vast, magical library. The library was unlike anything Clara had ever seen. It was filled with towering bookshelves that seemed to stretch endlessly into the sky, each shelf overflowing with books of all shapes and sizes. The air was filled with the soft rustle of pages turning, and the faint scent of old parchment and ink. Clara took a deep breath, her heart pounding with excitement. She had been transported into the Enchanted Library, and she couldn't wait to explore. Chapter 3: The Guardian of the Library. As Clara wandered through the library, she marveled at the countless books that lined the shelves. Each book seemed to pulse with its own unique energy, and she could feel the magic that filled the air. "Welcome, Clara," a voice suddenly echoed through the library. Startled, Clara turned to see a tall, graceful figure approaching. It was a woman with long, flowing hair the color of moonlight and eyes that sparkled like stars. She wore a gown made of shimmering silver fabric that seemed to change colors with every movement. "Who are you?" Clara asked, her voice filled with awe. I am Alara, the guardian of the Enchanted Library, the woman replied with a gentle smile. I have been watching over this place for centuries, ensuring that its magic remains protected. Clara couldn't believe her ears. The guardian of the library? This place is incredible. How did I get here? Alara's smile widened. The Enchanted Library chose you, Clara. It sensed your love for stories and your pure heart. You are here because you have the potential to become a great storyteller and protector of the library's magic. Clara felt a sense of pride and responsibility. What do I need to do? Alara's expression grew serious. The Enchanted Library is filled with countless stories, each one waiting to be discovered. However, there are also dark forces that seek to steal the library's magic for their own purposes. You must embark on a journey to protect the library and uncover its secrets. Clara nodded, determination filling her heart. I'm ready. Chapter 4: The Quest for the Lost Scroll. Alara led Clara to a grand hall in the center of the library. In the middle of the hall stood a large, ornate pedestal with an empty space at its center. This is the pedestal of knowledge, Alara explained. It holds the lost scroll, a powerful artifact that contains the most ancient and powerful stories of the library. However, the scroll has been stolen by a dark sorcerer named Malakar. You must find the scroll and return it to the pedestal to restore the library's balance. Clara felt a shiver run down her spine at the mention of Malakar. How do I find him? Alara handed Clara a small, enchanted compass. This compass will guide you to the scroll. Follow its light, and it will lead you to Malakar's lair. But be cautious, for Malakar is cunning and dangerous. Clara took the compass, feeling its warmth in her hand. I won't let you down, Alara. I'll find the scroll and bring it back. With the compass as her guide, Clara set off on her quest. The compass's light pointed her in the direction of a hidden door at the far end of the library. She pushed the door open and stepped into a dark, winding corridor. Chapter 5: The Labyrinth of Shadows. The corridor led Clara to a vast labyrinth, its walls made of dark, twisting vines that seemed to move and shift as she walked. The air was thick with an eerie silence, and Clara could feel the presence of unseen eyes watching her every move. Determined to find the lost scroll, Clara followed the light of the enchanted compass, which illuminated her path through the labyrinth. She encountered various obstacles along the way, including hidden traps and puzzles that required her to use her wit and knowledge of stories to solve. At one point, Clara came across a stone pedestal with a riddle inscribed on it. To find the path and reach your goal, speak the name of the bravest soul. Clara thought for a moment, recalling a story she had read about a brave knight named Sir Gareth who had defeated a dragon to save his kingdom. She spoke the name aloud, and the pedestal glowed with a soft light. The vines parted, revealing a hidden passageway. As Clara ventured deeper into the labyrinth, she felt a growing sense of unease. The shadows seemed to close in around her, and she could hear whispers of doubt and fear echoing in her mind. She knew that Malakar's dark magic was trying to weaken her resolve. Drawing strength from her love of stories and her determination to protect the library, Clara pressed on. She reminded herself of the heroes she had read about, who had faced even greater challenges and emerged victorious. Chapter 6: The Sorcerer's Lair. After what felt like hours of navigating the labyrinth, Clara finally reached the entrance to Malakar's lair. The air was thick with a dark, oppressive energy, and the walls were covered in sinister runes that pulsed with malevolent power. Clara took a deep breath and stepped inside. The lair was a cavernous chamber filled with shelves of forbidden books and dark artifacts. At the center of the room stood Malakar, a tall, imposing figure shrouded in a cloak of shadows. In his hand, he held the lost scroll. Well, Malakar sneered, his voice dripping with malice. It seems the Enchanted Library has sent a little girl to do its bidding. How amusing! Clara's heart pounded in her chest, but she stood her ground. I'm here to take back the lost scroll and restore the library's balance. You have no right to its magic. Malakar's eyes gleamed with dark amusement. Such bravery. But do you really think you can defeat me? I am the master of shadows, the keeper of forbidden knowledge. You are nothing but a child. Clara gripped the enchanted compass tightly, feeling its warmth and light fill her with courage. I may be a child, but I have the power of stories on my side. And I won't let you destroy the magic of the library. With a furious roar, Malakar unleashed a wave of dark energy at Clara. She dodged the attack and used the compass's light to counter the darkness. The two clashed in a battle of magic and wits, each trying to overpower the other. As the battle raged on, Clara remembered a passage from one of the books she had read in the library. It spoke of a spell that could dispel darkness and restore light. She focused all her energy and recited the spell aloud. By the power of stories old and new, I banish darkness and restore the true. Let light prevail and shadows flee, by the magic of the library, so mote it be. A brilliant light erupted from the compass, engulfing the chamber and dispelling Malakar's dark magic. The sorcerer screamed in fury as the light overwhelmed him, and with a final burst of energy, he vanished into nothingness. Chapter 7: The Return of the Scroll. As the light faded, Clara found herself standing in the now silent chamber. Malakar was gone, and the oppressive darkness had lifted. She approached the pedestal where the lost scroll lay, its golden glow restored. Clara carefully picked up the scroll and felt a surge of energy coursing through her. She knew that the library's magic had been restored and that the stories within would continue to inspire and enchant future generations. With the scroll in hand, Clara made her way back through the labyrinth, guided by the enchanted compass. The once twisting vines now parted easily before her, and she felt a sense of triumph and accomplishment. When she returned to the grand hall of the library, Alara was waiting for her, a proud smile on her face. You have done it, Clara. You have restored the balance and protected the magic of the Enchanted Library. You are truly a guardian of stories. Clara handed the lost scroll to Alara, who placed it back on the pedestal of knowledge. The entire library seemed to come alive with a renewed energy, and the books glowed with a magical light. Chapter 8: A New Chapter. With the library's balance restored, Clara knew that her journey as a guardian of stories was just beginning. Alara presented her with a beautifully crafted key, a symbol of her new role and responsibilities. This key will grant you access to the Enchanted Library whenever you wish, Alara explained. You have proven yourself to be a true protector of its magic. Remember, the power of stories is boundless, and it is your duty to ensure that they continue to inspire and enchant. Clara felt a deep sense of honor and pride as she accepted the key. She knew that she had a great responsibility, but she was ready for the challenges and adventures that lay ahead. As she prepared to return home, Clara looked around the library one last time. She knew that this magical place would always be a part of her, and she felt a sense of gratitude for the incredible journey she had experienced. Chapter 9: Back to Reality. When Clara stepped back through the portal, she found herself once again in her bedroom, the Enchanted library book resting on her bedside table. She couldn't help but smile as she realized that her adventure had been real, and that she was now a guardian of stories. The next morning, Clara visited Whispering Pages to share her incredible journey with Mr. Finch. The elderly bookshop owner listened with rapt attention, his eyes twinkling with pride. "I knew you were special, Clara," he said with a warm smile. "The Enchanted library chose well. Remember to always cherish the magic of stories and to share them with others." Clara nodded, feeling a sense of purpose and determination. She knew that her adventure had only just begun, and that there were countless stories waiting to be discovered and protected. Chapter 10: The Legacy of Stories. As the years passed, Clara continued to explore the Enchanted library and uncover its many secrets. She used her knowledge and love of stories to inspire those around her, sharing the magic of the library with friends, family, and future generations. Clara's adventures took her to new and wondrous realms, where she faced challenges, met incredible characters, and learned valuable lessons. She grew into a wise and compassionate guardian of stories, dedicated to preserving the magic and power of storytelling. The Enchanted library thrived under Clara's care, and its stories continued to inspire and enchant countless readers. The legacy of the library lived on, a testament to the enduring power of stories and the magic that lies within the pages of a book. And so, Clara's story became part of the Enchanted library's vast collection, a tale of courage, determination, and the boundless wonder of the written word. As long as there were stories to be told, the library's magic would never fade, and the adventures would never end.